All right. Welcome back. And tonight, we'll see if we can actually get something done. So much has happened. And we haven't gotten anything really done. Last night when we ended the stream, let me get out of the noise here. Last night when we ended the stream, everything appeared to be hunky-dory and going fine. The generators were filling up and starting to run. We had double-checked a bunch of different wires. The water was running and blah, 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 blah. Until I started it back up this morning. This morning we had 2 brownouts, and by brownouts I mean last minute discoveries and rescues before full blackout. And we had 2 blackouts. And by blackouts I mean one of them was a all-world blackout, and one of them was a this section of the world blackout, and my main generator section, my old generator section, was still going but not connected to this part of the grid. And then there was 2 mysterious missing wires. One, I don't know where they were, but they were critical wires that turned up missing that shouldn't have been, because those were the same wires which I had checked last night. Don't know. Anyways, I have repaired all that during the day today and ran some of the actual power grid finally. But tonight, which I avoided during the day, I can talk, I think. We are going to hopefully finish building this and then finish connecting the railway. And if we manage to get all that done and working, I'm not holding my breath, we will continue building out the main power grid. But first up, I think I have plenty of motors made. I'm not going to hold my breath on that either. So I can take and build the other 2 rows of generators here. So let's get that started. And hello, whoever's here. I see somebody here. Rubber. That stuff takes a lot of rubber. And considering, actually, all things considered, we have the entire world's supply of rubber right here. Forget getting it through the depot. Let's just take and raid the stash. The entire world's supply of rubber. Let's see if that does it. If not, we'll come raid more. One row down, 1 to go. And now we're missing copper sheet. Unfortunately, that is not here. So I'll just have to wait for that to build. So this side is going to go slowly, although at least I know that the copper sheet is being produced. It has a buffer. It's just going to take a minute to refill the depot. And this should give us another 32 kilowatts of power. We're somewhere around 55 right now. If I remember right, this will give us another, I think, 32? If I'm... Or is it 16? How many of these sets in each? 16 sounds more like it. I think, oh, we got 2 more to build. And 1 more. That's all of that. Now we need that to go there, and then there, and then that's for Alright, all wired. Now we just need to bring the fuel up to the top. And for that, floor hole right here. No. Right? No. Stupid piece of autosave. want to do this here. Alright. Well, I was going to say that's done, but if I'm going to color the pipes, I better color these too. Alright, so this plant is, at least in theory, done. Find me a power pole, see how much power we're making. I had 55 before, I believe we just added 16. That would be, I believe, 80 in total. 75, I'll bet we're working towards 80. Let's see if... I'll bet these are not fully green yet. Well, these are all fully green, so we did not add 16, which is weird. We added, what, 10? Or did I do the math wrong? From 54 to 74, we added 20. Yeah, that's right. My brain is not processing the math, but I think that's right. This block is 40 long. Each set of 4 takes 5 of those blocks. 40 divided by 5 40 divided by 5 is 8. This means there's 8 blocks in each of these rows. That means we just added 16, should have added 16 megawatts. No, we should have added 16 gigawatts, but 16 anyways. 16,000 megawatts. we had 54 before, 6 would have made it 60. Another 10 would have made it 70. So we actually gained more than that. We gained 20. So maybe we started off with a little, yes, we would have started off with more because I added, when I saw the 54, 55 previously, we did not have that other grid connected. So we got some from that. So I actually don't know how much, in theory, we just added 16, but that 75 should be stable there anyways. And they're all green, so they're all running. So we've got whatever. And once I have enough shards, so right now all these generators are only processing half of the rocket fuel being made. These are set up where these should all be sharded to 200%, but I don't have enough shards. There are 256 of these generators, and I do not have 500 shards. I have about 256 shards. Ooh, I do have 500 shards, but that would be everything I have. Except for those 42 right there. And I'm not prepared to do that yet. So these are going to sit just like they are. I believe that 70 gigawatts is going to be plenty for the moment. Probably won't be, but it's what we've got. I'm going to need those shards to build out the rest of things. Okay, so we've got our power. So now I can one item off of our to-do list. Next up, proper power grid. And that's what I've been doing today, actually. So whoever just came in, we've got our power plant finished. Oh, nope, item not on the to-do list, what I need to do. Need to finish the railroad now. But that is just a matter of a couple of minutes, because all we need to do, put those there. No, we can just do this, put you there. In theory, I can come over, I'm not going to hold my breath on this, but in theory I can come over here, snap to this one, and somewhere in the middle there's going to be a happy medium where I can snap it. Nope, not going to work. Too far between. Okay, so we will snap this one. I guess that's as far as that one can go. there. And then we can snap to that one, and now we should be able to... Any bets? Really? Still too far. Okay. That surprises me. So we'll grab this. Bring this around the corner somewhere. That looks good to me. And there we are. Railroad complete. Except for a few stands that need extra blocking. And there's more throughout the railroad that need a thing here and there, but the railroad loop is now complete, all the way around the world. Okay, with that done, now we can finish up the power grid. Pick up where I left off during the day. So what we did is this morning we set those who were watching previous streams. The wiring here on the end was a bit of a mess. We cleaned all this up, and this is now our primary pole for this power plant, complete with a all plant power switch and power switches for each bank. This tower connects to that tower and to the rest of the main grid. And someone asked, and so I don't know if they're watching now or will be watching later or what have you. As I said earlier, here's our plastic and rubber. That is everything for the in the world is for plastic and rubber. This is where our smokeless powder is made for the ammunition, and this is where, let's see, one of these does the smokeless powder. Actually, it looks like that one because there's the gunpowder coming in, and then this one does a little bit of fuel, which is burned off right there. The smokeless powder there on the bottom rung goes over okay, I'm turned around. Goes over there to, that's our basically our armory. This does all of our ammo stuff over here. So there's the smokeless powder, gunpowder, coal, etc. Go over there. That's our stuff. Okay. So what I did, I made our connection so all of this is now connected to the main yep, completely brain dead all day today. It's been one of those days. Grid, I'll get it. Connected this whole thing to the main grid. And then I started building out our main grid along the rail, which not completed, had to go this way. We started this way because we got it. We had to power the rails and rail station so that the train could bring the compressed coal in. So we just started along this way, and we started building the big towers out this way. At the same time, we cleaned up and we have a problem. What do we have going on here? You're a path. You're a path. You're not a path. Okay. So we were going out this way, building our main and cleaning up the wires that were running alongside the rail, which were my flight line, as I call it. A line of power that allowed me to fly while I was building the rail system. And so now you guys get a tour of the railroad as I go catch up to where I left off. So I did a blueprint, so we have foundations for all the towers. Once we get the tower backbone all the way around the railroad, then we will start doing some cleanup of the existing towers and other power networks, because they are a mess. Because like everything else, they are bare bones. There is some of the big towers, but not much. This is like the third time I've had to do this kind of build a grid out to isolate X from Y. I say build the grid out, and this is the first time I've had a proper power grid. Other times it was just a build some big towers to get things from point A to point B faster. Spider? Where's the spider? I was gonna kill you earlier. Like about 6 hours ago. Okay. You don't want to go that way? Several times I have to cross the railroad track and had to be careful to make sure the wires weren't too low or the train would hit them. Not that the train would care or the wires, but gotta make it look right. Come around the corner here. Did I do that backwards? I did. I did that backwards. How dare I? I ain't changing it. I cleaned up the wiring here at the the compressed coal factory. Cleaned up the wires. Nope. I skipped that again. this wire here needs to be cleaned up. It needs to come, how are we going to do this? We're going to bring it out of here. Bring it under somehow. No, maybe not. How are we going to do this? We've got to bring it under. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this. Put it on there. And then put it on there. And then bring it back out here on a pole. I guess we're going to put it on this side. So not to say I can just cross here, but that goes right through the belt. That ain't gonna happen. Now all of this can go away. And there's even odds that that wire is going to get rebuilt again at some point. But the point of what I just did with it was that that line is now connected to the factory through the factory and not directly from the grid. Make sure this has power. Good. And I reran a bunch of wires in here, going out there and so on. And again, I cleaned up all of the... I hear a spider again. And there is a big spider somewhere in this area, but he's not supposed to respawn once I've built in the area. And I've never figured out where the stupid thing lives either. So anyways, for lack of anywhere else to put them, I brought them over top of the rail station because putting them, I couldn't, because that sits so low, I couldn't cross the rail without it, the wire being in a bad spot, so just brought it up here. And from up there I was able to come across. Yes, it doesn't matter functionally, it's just aesthetics. Kind of like the wire going through the tree. So we got the Rocky Desert here. We're going across to the north side of the Rocky Desert. For anyone who wonders, we are coming down and around here, and then we're going to go south across here. We have a branch here that goes up on the plateau, comes back down, back at that intersection we just came across there. Realized I should put a branch. I'm not familiar enough with the area, but probably right in here. I'm not going to now because I don't need it. But somewhere in here there's a cave system that goes quite a ways and comes out on the other side of the map that you can, if you want to bad enough, you can put a train in. I say if you want to bad enough. It's a place I have not yet built a train and probably need to. Just because. For those who know, know what I'm talking about. I have built a train, both rails, through the Crystal Cave. I believe there's a video tour of it on my channel here somewhere. I don't think I have a video of me building it, but I believe there's a video tour of it. So we're just working my way around to where I left off. Can't fly any faster. Technically could jetpack a little bit faster. Looking for anything I left behind last time. Any towers that are clipping in bad ways. And this is all preparation for the upcoming build-out. One of several steps you can see on the right. And for that build out, I'm basically going to have to start from scratch, and there's a spider here somewhere. There's definitely a spider here somewhere. I do not know where. This flashlight needs to be better. Can I get close enough? And I'll bet the spider's up there. If he's up there, he's safe for the time being. I don't see him down here. Yes, this is my single player. And welcome in, Floripa. Alright. That's annoying. There he is. Hi, buddy. Here, I got a present for you. Oh, you like that one? I got another one for you. There, how's it? So I'm going to have to, that build out is going to basically have to start from scratch, mass building all the basic iron and copper and yada yada. Because my current facilities for those is bare bones. Probably will not be doing nuclear this run. I do want to do nuclear at some point. I might do it this run, but I doubt it. And part of the reason is simply that this will be my first time completing on my own. I've run, I think 4 now, multiplayers, start to end, but I've never finished by myself yet. And I want this to be that run. And some would say, look at the thing that I'm done with 4 except for the phase parts, and so I'm almost done, but yeah, no. Yeah, I may do nuclear, I don't know. We'll see. But I may be at the end of phase 4, but there's a long way to go yet. Especially since I've basically got to build everything from start starting now. This rail system, as you would know, is so I can build stuff wherever I need to and import whatever I need to. Alright, and we have passed where I quit doing the towers. Wasn't paying attention. Where did I quit doing the towers? I quit doing the towers up top on the hill. See, you distracted me, Floripa. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'd moan too. They changed your face, didn't they? Not sure why they did that. Apparently someone complained about its face and they changed it with the last update. Alright. Got all the foundations on for these. Now I just gotta find where to put the next one. I do not want to go across those. So I want this to be maybe somewhere right here, so that I can go completely over those. So we'll do one with a foundation right here. This goes right over them, so we're going to go over to the other side. Let's see if we can put this up here on the rocky hillside right here. Can we get all the way across here? Ha ha ha! I'd like it to go over there, but we got the iron there too. This is clear, so we're going to put this... How far can we go? Can we go over there? No, so we're going to go right here. Now we're going to go right here. I didn't aim that well, did I? Now I basically need to put one here on the corner. And from there, maybe Put one here on the corner and then maybe down there. Ooh, maybe I can go down there directly? Nope. I mean, I could, but... So we'll put one of these up here, I guess. Maybe like that. Yeah, I really did bad aiming those towers, didn't I? Wonderful job. Next one can go over here. Where is my tower? Now we go down the valley. However far we can make it. We're going to go to there and hope that I am not clipping that. Nope, we're going to have to stop somewhere in here because we clipped the rock wall. So we're going to go somewhere in here. We're going to go up on here, I think. Something like that. That to there. Forward we go. So somewhere in here maybe. Could go up on here somewhere, but now I've got to find some way to sneak a tower down, a pair of lines down through there somewhere. Oh God, it just came in. Hello, hello. We're running power lines around. You missed the fun. I finished building out the power system, the power plant. Slowly, running out of. Kept having to wait for rubber to replenish. I am. Oh, have fun with the aluminum. Your silica looks fun enough, what little I saw of it. So we got the main power done. Now we're running the main grid, the backbone, around I can talk sometimes, around the rail system, cleaning up the what I call the flight line, the power line that I was using to fly initially. So we are, you probably know where we are. We're here now, and I gotta go all the way up, back around there, with some side tracks here, because I need to run power from the grid properly back into these areas here, because there's the main plant, a couple things here. Yeah, it's what works. I mean, that is what it's being used for, right? Went into the map and killed my thing. Okay, so we need get rid of you. Get rid of some more things here. Get rid of you guys. Get rid of you, because I said get rid of you, because I need to sneak a power pole down a pair of lines anyways, down through that gap without clipping anything. That means a power pole that I hope will stretch. We're going to try putting one there, and let's see. You can do it. You've seen the basics of mine, at least. I don't know if you've had any time to look at it in any detail. Does that come through everything clear? No, I need to go down further. Does that clear everything? No. What's your complaint? Too uneven? Oh, we won't worry about that in a minute. I just need to know if you're where I can put a tower here that won't clip. And then I need to bring it back out here to go up. Okay, so I can do it. That one has a foundation already. I suppose I should put this one in. I'm going to have to move this 20 times because I don't have any way to check where it's actually running wires. That looks like it would clip. Well, we'll try it and find out. And look at that, it clips. Because where am I going to build up? Up here on the edge? I mean, that's the only place I can build up that isn't going to clip through the edge of this. And if I were to build there, it's coming right across where the train's going to be. Oh, all the way up. Because at some point I'm going to be building off of this, and I don't want to have it. I want it where I can tee off of it easily instead of having to just go up and down and up and down. I do catch your point, though. Okay, so if I want to be pissy about that clipping, and I do, we need to build this. Thing is, if I build it any farther up, it's just pushing the whole thing up. I need to build it at the same level but over just a hair. On the other side of this pillar. Ow, 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 ow. Now I'm too far. Nope, that's just too far around. You're saying go out around here. Valid, but too troublesome. Yeah, that's where he is. It's a big pillar. It's a bit of a detour. Doable, but it's a bit of a detour. Yeah, we're going up a big ass frickin' hill. I was tempted to do something very different, but you know what? First of all, let's make sure I can still reach from here back to that last one. Yes. No. Doggone it. And the thing is, it's like 2 meters too far. But yeah, I was afraid of that, and that's why I checked here. Blueprint. Yeah, let me have it. I have one too, but let me have it. Here. Yeah, I was thinking about that on the way up too, but and it'll reach here, but where am I going from here? I'm going back to that hillside right there. It's the only place I can go to. Not that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, let's put a tower here, just so we're checking distance. Yep. I got your point here. And we're clear of this, and we're clear of the rail. I thought about that, Floripa, but these don't fit on the rail supports. And the whole point of the rail supports is to be the rail framework is stackable. So while I could take and build a custom pole here, it'd be kind of weird. Or are you talking about running from support to support underneath? If that's what you're thinking of, many of the supports are too far apart. Otherwise I would do that. But many of the supports are too far apart. Running underneath? Yeah. If the rail supports were closer together, I would. Because that would make it real nice and clean. Okay, so if I put it there, I have a clean look all the way up the hill here. Let's see, someone remind me not to do anything with that. I got a clean look all the way up here. I don't think I'll be able to reach up onto there. I'll have to have Ooh, I might. Let's place that. I might actually be able to reach. Haha. Right onto the edge, but it's close enough. Now I'm going to replace that with one with a foundation, but it clears all clipping. Okay, so let's take we've got to go back and put foundations on things. We can take this one down. This one we know is close enough to both that and there. So take this down, put a foundation one in. Need to have it facing the right direction. Need to have clear some terrain here. Grab some more of those. Boom. To our last pole. And then go. Go down here and add some concrete. Not there, dumbass. Under it. And now up here on the hillside. Why does it keep blowing up in my face? That's very annoying. Let's see. Dune. Put you here, looking up the side there. That I don't think so, but that has possibilities. Oh no! I covered the bacon. Interesting thing to pay attention to. Alright, now, see, this is coming. That's going to be very close. Nope, it'll clear. Ha-ha. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, now we gotta go up here and put a foundation one in. What, I can't use a real train? Good, it's above the rocks. Okay, now where are we going to put the next one? The next one we're going to put on the far side of the track, I think, because we need to run from it down here. Actually, no, we won't. Yes, we will. So we're going to put the next one alright. Test wire. Nub where the slug is. Up there? Higher than I like, but that would let me I need every one of those slugs. So from here, we're going that way. Putting it up here would allow me just to go right straight across instead of going up here and up there. However, I'm going to have to run a line from here up there anyways, but just one line. So a one side segment from here up there would work just fine. Down there, if you mean down there, that's going to go through here from that one. Yeah, I think I can go with your I think I can work with this idea. Something went all the way down. Let's see. And this we want to be kind of pointing both ways. Well, no, this is going to go... No, we gotta have this partway both ways. Run a line right down here. Oh, look at that. I didn't even plan that. I suppose you'd technically call that clipping, but... let's see. I saw where you were... You finished the silica, so I saw the last bit of doing the silica and you were switching to something else. That was about all I saw I mean, I had my eye on it, but I wasn't really paying much attention to any but that little bit, really, like 20 minutes. The time when I was making comments. Like you remember when that was. Okay, so at the moment here, everything is coming off of that one pole. So we will feed that pole, and then we will remove this pole and make sure everything is still powered. It is. Good. And is this, what is this going to? Nothing, I'm betting. Nope, this is a flight line. Is it the only connection to this? No. We go around that way too, but we don't need that or that. We want that at the moment, although we're going to take that off too. Not the foundation, just the pole. Oh! Come on, autosave. There we go. Run over there. That allows you to have the top is, do you mean what, the top versus the bottom, or do you mean the bottom being Mark 1 versus Mark 2, 3, 4? I like the idea of having having the bottom upgrade when you unlock Mark 2, Mark 3. So when you unlock Mark 2, this behaves as a Mark 2. When you unlock Mark 3, this will behave as a Mark 3. I like that idea. But I think the point is that this isn't meant to be a main distribution point. This is meant to be a place to do kind of like this, where you have a one wire off of that to a distribution pole, I think is the idea. I rarely use anything but a Mark 1 pole ever. Okay, so this is powered. Yes, things like this are the only time I ever use anything like a Mark II, when it's just, it wouldn't be impossible, it wouldn't even be hard to put an extra Mark 1 in here, but at the time I was building this, it was just more convenient to upgrade that to a Mark II and do everything from that. I will probably, maybe, possibly, it's in the back of my head, come back to here in a couple other places and sort that out better, but in the meantime, got things to do that are higher priority. Okay, so I do not need, I got this going up there. I no longer need these poles. I no longer need these poles. Make sure I'm only deleting the stuff I need to delete. Probably should leave that pole. Make sure I'm not cutting off. There's a pump there that needs to be powered. The question is, at flight line, do I power it from, yeah, I want to power it from down here. So, Yes, it clips. Yes, I care, but not right now. Okay, so we're going to leave that. Houston? Houston? We have issue. And it's too far in there to grab. Houston? Oh, whoa, I got it. Ah, there we go. Ah. Okay, we do not want that powered from here or to here. This line is going to need to stay so that we're powering all the pumps on this line from that factory. So the rest of this line is going to have to stay. Although I may rebuild it to better place the poles. But this over here, power, 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 power. Okay, that's supposed to be powered. Ah, shit. Erg. Duck. Goose. Okay, so we're not doing gas at the moment. We need a power line over this way, somewhere convenient, like actually convenient would be right in there. Would be nice and convenient. And then I'm powering from the base of that to let's see. Where is my... I think we're going to go this way. There. Clear out this stuff. That's going down to the water pump. So I don't want to move that pole. I do, and we'll leave that how it is. The rest of this we'll leave how it is. It's powered. So we can come back to the rail. It would be nice to put this one more like in here instead of here. Or I can't do too much fooling around with this because these pumps need to run. Again, some of them I could put on the wall. Most of them I can't. But let's do this. Because these I can. Let's see how many going through here I can put on the wall. And possibly move the pump to a little closer here. See, this one is definitely going to need a pole here somewhere. But then we can come in here and drop down there. Please tell me there's not a pole in that. No, okay. Might just be able to stretch it onto here. Awesome. Just barely. See if we can stretch it to the next one. Did I miss any pumps in here? I hope not. Too far. So we need to put a pole. We'll put a pole here. Get rid of these two poles. And actually we're going to use the existing pole for that. Now right now this line is fed both ways. So you'll note that this should have power on it. Yeah, it's fed from the other end as well at the moment. When I'm done it will not be. Okay, this pump is connected. We don't need to upgrade it. I think I'm going to anyway though. So as long as I only kill one link at a time, everything on the line is going to stay powered. I'm pretty sure that one's too far to get a line on, but let's try it. So do I accept that clipping corner? Okay, maybe not. No more clipping corner. There you go, Idget. Needed somewhere to put a mount for the pipe at some point. Although, what the heck did I do? Apparently what the hell did I do? Why did I need... I remember doing it. I think I got this spot from coming down from there to this. This is where it ended. But it was too far from here to the other side of the bank to go in one spot just by a little bit. So I extended it from this to get it that little extra stretch, I think is what was going on. And for this, see, I did the same thing here. We're going to go from wherever we are on that, okay, to I think conveniently I'm going to use, can I do it on the bottom of that? No. Okay, fine. We're going to go there. And then we're going to go to there. And then we're going to go back to there. Die, rock. Just to make sure. I said die. Okay, so where's our last node? We're going to come across and go here since it's next to the pipe. Can't tell where I am now. Okay, so there's another pole here somewhere. And a pole here. And a pump here that we're going to upgrade. Should reach from there. Nope, too long. Pull. Power. Make sure that's pointing the right way. It is. I really hate that electronic noise sound. I think we're going to go there. And can I reach to there? Can I reach inside of there? Yes. Am I clipping to do so? Yes. We're going to go to there. Nope. Hey there, spider. Hey, spider, there's a hog down here you can kill. No? Here, allow me. Somewhere there's more radiation in there. That didn't sound like just a hog. Alright, we got power here. Too far, so we need another line here. While we clear that. And that. And I've been asked why I highlight the wires too. That's so I can find the next pole. Okay, so this one goes over there, so we will leave that powered for a moment. Alright, spider, where are you? Where's Spidey? Too far, too far, too far, not where I wanted that. Spider. That skitter noise drives me bananas. I don't care about spiders, but that skitter noise is... It's probably up there where I can't see. Yeah, it's right there. Nope, not. Oh, hang on, guys. Oh sure, I come back and immediately things happen. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. That is cleared up. I can clear this message off the screen. That has been taken care of. At the very freaking last minute. Okay, back to what we were doing. Which is what? We were running power from somewhere. Oh, we were trying to figure out where the stupid spitter is. Anyone happen to know where it is? It sounds upset. I just don't know where it's at. There's one of them. Oh, it's playing with its toys. Hey guys, have some of this. Two for one. Alright, power lines. Coming down from there, coming down to here. Too far, so let's put a pole. Put a pole here. Put that there. We're going to put, let's see, we're going to go this way. Mark 2. We're going to put it down here instead. Power node is there. Power from there to there. We can remove this one. We can remove this. We can remove that. And that. And that. And thank everyone for sticking around while I was out. Someone remind me that that was going somewhere on the end of that block. I better look at it now. Oh, there's doggo heaven here apparently. Okay, it's got an infinite flow. We'll deal with that later. Too far. There we go, boom. Boom. This one will definitely reach. Yeah, it looks like the next one should reach. But the next one's also going to clip. Maybe not. Well, it's going to clip on that one up there at least. So we're going to do it down here. Just a half a hair too far. Can I bring it back across? Yes. Too far. We can do this. and see if we can reach in there cleanly. Nice. Do I even need to bring it out any further? Where's the... I don't think I need to bring it out here. Because this is where we go up. So I only need to bring it down as far as wherever the last pump is from here. I do not need any of this. Or this, or this, or that, or that, or any of this. Or that, or that, or any of that, Joe, do you mind? Those sharp eyes will note that there's another line just over there. That's staying put. That is something else entirely. Those who know the game well know what that is, if they're paying attention to where we are. There was no pumps down through here? Okay, I guess that's all downhill. And there we have our last pump. So, okay. So we're good with that. Now we have to go back down here and start doing our towers again. What is it with all the doggos here? I think this was the area where there was a whole bunch of them when we came down through. Okay, so we got that tower, but that tower is separate. We're going with this tower here. This tower should not have 3 on it. Why does this tower have 3 on it? Ah, shit. Okay. So this tower is going to have to come down by way of regular wire. And not by tower. Now we can take and go from here. We have to go closer to the railroad. Let's see how far we can take this over. We kind of want to go to this far end of whatever plateau we have here. Actually, it looks like this would be a great spot. Is that all? Only 540? I mean, that's, let's see, refineries, 540, it's only 135 blueprints. It'll take you about 10 minutes. If we can plop this down right here in the corner. And then point back to that one. And then figure out where we can go next. No real high point through here. This is right through all the hills and valleys in here. High point's going to be right there, which isn't much of a high point, but we can use it. Alright, what are we doing for this? Simplest is going to be to go around it. Kind of like that. I did not clip. Doggone it. Can I put one here that clears the rails? Barely. But I'm not going to be able to put one on the other side that clears the rocks. So goes it. We'll put this as close here as we can. Bugger it. I didn't see that. Did anyone else see that? I didn't see a thing. It's just barely high enough. You'll have to try harder next time. Okay, so we can put it up there. Or we can put it up here. Can't really put it anywhere down here except maybe there. I like there. And so that there just was not the first shot after changing weapons. Close enough for me. And maybe not. The concrete can sit into the rock. The pole can't. You mean other than your normal stuff? Doggone it! Nine belts and a half and 2 or 3 ingots. Let me guess, you got 9 belts, so you're short 2 or 3 ingots. Here's one for you, Idgits. From my end. You know where I live. You're close enough to the area. Wild guess what I'm drinking. Something very specific to my area. It should be available in your area, but probably not as common as in mine. Not this early. Ew. Too much of that growing up. Now there's something even more Michigan for drinks. You're close enough. I'm sure it's available where you are. Just not as common as it. Here it's what you drink. Verner's. Are you familiar with Verner's? You should be. You're close enough to Michigan. Nope, not alcohol. Just a for lack of a better description, a non-alcoholic ginger ale. It's a ginger soda. But yes, it's very similar to ginger ale. Yeah, it's a thing that is very, very. I mean, it's not limited. It's available. It should be available anywhere in the U.S., but it is very much a Michigan thing, and anywhere else, if you want it, you'll have to look for it. Here, it's impossible to avoid. I'm hearing another spider fight. Okay, we just came into here. Ah, yes, one of those other things that's not as specific to Michigan as it used to be. And we have to make note that there's two different Meyer in the U.S. One is the Meyer from Michigan, and one is whatever they call the Meyer out in the Northwest. That is a completely different Meyers. I have never heard it pronounced that way. Not either one of them. My aim is bad tonight. And you can take that back to, refer that back to your previous comment too if you wish. About aim. Well, my comment about aim. Moderately unrelated comment. Anyway, we'll leave that at that. Let's see. So I want to bring that down here somewhere. It would be nice if it would sit up here, but I'll bet it won't. Why is that not reloading? I guess I can't get rid of that rock. That's gonna suck. I mean, I suppose wrong is a point of view, but still. Let's hope that reaches. I'll bet it didn't have any. And yes, I did get that you were joking. Or at least I was fairly sure you were joking. And there's no way to unload that. Let's see how far into this we can get, I guess. Okay, so right there. So on this little rock, doesn't look like a good spot. Too small. I might use it anyways, though, because it's a really good location other than being a little small on top. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up at least a little bit. That'll work. And that's why we have this. Okay, well, I'll put it over here on the hill, I think. And I hear yet another spider somewhere. Spider, where's Spider? Where are you, Spider? Don't even know where to look for you. Which is just annoying. Which I'm pretty sure is the whole point, but still. Okay, so hopefully we can come across the track and drop that right there and still be well over the track, it looks like. Right smack, the second time in this operation, right directly smack between the signs. Right between the signs. I did that on the north side of the Rocky Desert one somewhere too. Let's take a check and see if it clears the train, and it looks like it doesn't get any closer, but I do believe that it clears. I don't see it touching anywhere, but it doesn't get any closer. Okay, we're getting close. Something like that, I suppose. Ah, no. You can't do that. I object. Doggone it. Fine, we'll put it over here. Doggone well better be clear. We are. Choo 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 choo. I'm looking down the hill at the stuff that's built here and I'm going, what the hell is all this? I'm not used to seeing it from this angle. And this might be, this might be my last tower. Let's see if we can set it up here. Might need a better aim than that. That is not acceptable. Where are we connecting 3? We got one from here. One going down the line. One going out here for some reason. This is going over to all this. Boy, that just gave me a different perspective on where things are. A very different perspective on where things are. Wow. That just killed my brain. Okay. But that means I can't connect to this tower, which is where I should connect to. Can I connect to this tower? I don't think so. Yeah, I can. So, uphill, up there. There we go. And we have connection all the way through. We have our main ring fully connected. Let's see if our power plant is still fully running. I see green all the way across the top. So we are good. And Fidgets, are you still here? I'm assuming it's you that's still here. Maybe not. Let's see, what else can I do? Because the next step is more detail grid work. I need to take the grid that I just built and drag it into in through, probably through there into here. I do not like that idea because that is probably my train route into there. Although I can bring the train in through here. I haven't even tried doing... No, I'm not bringing a train in through there. Too many of those trees. But I might bring power in there. Nope. Let's see. That's power plant. Right now, power goes out this way. Because I got coal there. We'll have to look at where that power line goes. Because that's the only other power grid that I have, is what goes in there and from somewhere goes up to here. So, and I don't want to get into that because we're done in 10 minutes. So, unless Idget says he's here, which looks like he's not, or if he is, he's preoccupied, I think I am going to call it here. And next time, which probably tomorrow, but no guarantee, we're going to be working on the rest of the grid, the more detailed grid, connecting what I just did to the rest of my existing factories in here. So with that, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time, whether you're watching it, too loud. Whether you're watching live or watching after the fact, thank you either way, and hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.